In today's video, we're looking at the top 10 movie mistakes, and in at number 10, it's Reservoir Dogs, directed by Quentin Tarantino. The cult movie about a heist gone wrong produced an unforgettable scene in which a police officer named Marvin Nash is tortured by three of the gang to the sound of Steelers' Wheel song Stuck in the Middle with You. Nash's hands are handcuffed and they keep switching from being cuffed in front of him and being cuffed behind his back throughout the scene. Number 9. Full Metal Jacket, directed by Stanley Kubrick. Kubrick filmed his anti-war movie in England, skillfully using locations to create the story. The attention to detail slipped up, however. In the scene where the Marines are jogging to the training camp, the road they are jogging on shows British road markings, which would not be seen in the US. Number 8. Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, directed by Peter Jackson. Fake wounds are common in action scenes, and it's good to remember where they are on the body, so continuity between takes is maintained. Frodo has a scar on his face for part of the film. It keeps changing position and size. It must be the work of wizards, or the makeup department. Number 7. Jurassic Park. In the movie, you can see a live movie feed, which is actually a QuickTime movie being played. Maybe the movie makers thought, since this was an Apple Macintosh application, most people wouldn't recognize that it was obviously a pre-recorded movie. The storm effects are still pretty good though. Number 6. Gladiator, directed by Ridley Scott. Gladiator brought back the Roman epic, aided by modern CGI special effects and impressive fight scenes. During the Battle of Carthage, a chariot is knocked onto its side and hits a wall, whereupon a blanket lifts to reveal a gas cylinder in the back. What did the Romans do for us? They didn't introduce a gas supply, that's for sure. Number 5. Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, directed by Gore Verbinski. The Pirates of the Caribbean franchise revived swashbuckling for a modern audience. In the scene where Captain Jack Sparrow says, "On deck, you scabrous dogs," a crew member is clearly visible looking out to sea, dressed in a t-shirt and cowboy hat, and sporting a pair of sunglasses. Number 4. Teen Wolf. Everyone is aware of Janet Jackson's Super Bowl wardrobe malfunction, but the first wardrobe mishap actually occurred during another championship game between the Beavers and the Dragons. In the final victory scene, you see Scott's dad coming out of the crowd to congratulate him. There is a fan behind him who exposes himself to the camera. While Janet's exposure made the headlines, this exposure may be what started it all. Number 3. Commando, directed by Mark Lester. After chasing down the unscrupulous Sully, the yellow Porsche is wrecked on the left side. When Arnold commandeers the Porsche and drives it away, it's completely fine. Of course, this may have been the first Transformers movie, and we just didn't know it. Number 2. Star Wars, directed by George Lucas. Someone should have widened the doorways on the Death Star. As stormtroopers burst into the room, one of them hits his head on the doorframe. Ouch. At least he had his helmet on. The remastered version of the film is in on the joke and has incorporated a thud sound effect. Noel Coward famously said, "Learn the lines and don't bump into the furniture." Number 1. North by Northwest, directed by Alfred Hitchcock. Instructing extras on how to behave in a scene is all important. In a scene in a cafe at the Mount Rushmore Memorial, a young boy in the background puts his fingers in his ears before the sound of gunfire is heard. He had read the script and knew what was coming. So I really hope you enjoyed that video, and I'd love to know what you think of it, so please leave a comment below. I'm also going to link over to another video that you might enjoy, so just click on that thumbnail on the screen now, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel because we put out a new video 7 days a week, and you can also visit us online. Just go to TopTenz.net. Thanks for watching.